UFC 259 has 3 title fights. 3 of them. And the one I'm going to talk about is Israel Adesanya, the last style bender, versus Jan Blachowicz. This is going to be an interesting fight. They're fighting for the light heavyweight title. So Israel Adesanya bumped up to the 205 weight limit, while Jan has been there the entire time. They weighed in. Adesanya weighed in at a solid 201, a lean machine. I don't know how this is going to impact him. I know that he's going to look a lot more healthy, crisp, because he didn't have to lose any weight. He didn't drop any weight. But can the added weight maybe slow him down a little bit? Can the added weight maybe just change him a little bit? And in a title fight, just a little difference could make the whole world. While Jan Blachowicz, a 205 light heavyweight champion, an absolute menace in the cage, finished, I believe, finished 3 of his last 4 fights by KO or TKO, so he does have that power. And we've seen Adesanya sometimes get hurt, like when he fought Yoel Romero. In the first round, he got cracked with a solid shot that got him a little rocked. He was able to come back. He was able to dominate the fight, style bender. However, can that work against someone maybe a little heavier, someone at a 205 range, someone that has that power, just pop, one punch? It's a puncher's chance. I personally am taking Adesanya in this fight just because Stylebender is one of the greatest stand-up fighters we have ever seen in the UFC. He's just so technically sound. He's equivalent to Prime Anderson Silva. His counterpunch, he sets you up. How he fights, he puts little traps, for lack of a better word, and makes you fall into them, and he just counterpunches you, and he'll kick you, and it's an incredible fighting style. Can be boring at times. I'm not gonna lie, it can be boring at times when the opponent is very passive. For example, what happened with Yoel, what happened with Anderson Silva. But hey, man, Jan. I don't think Jan's going to be very passive in this fight, and if he is, that's going to be one of the biggest disappointments of the year. Right up there with Rosenstrike versus Gain. I'm not going to lie, that fight sucked. All right, that fight was not one of my favorite fights I've ever watched. But don't write off Jan Blachowicz. I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, Izzy's going to win. Izzy going to win. Izzy going to win," and I'm just like, "Yo, Izzy's a stud. Izzy's never lost in the UFC. I 100% know what you mean by Izzy is the heavy favorite, but no matter what, whoever steps into that cage, you have a chance. It's a puncher's chance. You can throw one punch and someone could just go lights out. That's what it's like to fight in the UFC. You can't write off someone. People wrote off Michael Bisping versus Luke Rockhold when Michael Bisping took it on short notice. He ended up winning by TKO. Hey, Luke Rockhold back then looked unbeatable. You never know what can happen. People thought in the Cormier-Jones fight too. Cormier looked good. Cormier looked good heading into the fight. He was a champion. Jon Jones had recent legal problems, recent drug problems, things like that. Hey, man, Jon Jones killed him. Jon Jones really did dominate that fight. So let's not write off Jan Blachowicz just yet. I'm excited for this fight. I hope you're excited for this fight too. Man, Stylebender versus Jan. And you know me, just because I'm a fan of anime, I'm rocking with my boy Izzy. But we'll see how the fight goes. I'm very excited, y'all. I'm very excited. UFC 259, March 6th at 5 p.m. for the main card, I believe. Man, I don't even got my times right. We also got Amanda Nunes versus Megan Anderson, I believe is her first name. I can't quite remember. Let me double check. Is it Megan Anderson? Yes, Megan Anderson. That's another interesting fight. The Lioness. I honestly don't believe there's anyone on this planet who could beat Amanda Nunes in a fight. Any women's fighter that could beat Amanda Nunes in a fight. She's just dominant. I don't think it's possible. And then we got Piotr Jan versus Aljamain Sterling. It's a very interesting fight. Two 135ers fighting for the belt. I'm rocking with Jan. He's a champion. But Aljamain Sterling can pull something out of his hat. You never know. He's a very interesting fighter. But that's it for the video, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like, share, subscribe. It's been your boy Bombza, and see ya.